Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division. We're here in the playoffs, and tonight I get to cast VGM Gaming versus Velocity. I am the Crushinator, and I'm excited to get to cast this playoff series between these two teams. Looking like our lobby's getting filled, so we better take you over to the stats screen and let you know about tonight's matchup. VGM finishing the regular season at 5-2, 18-10 on the maps. Most played maps for them so far. Infernal Shrines, they are 3-2, and they're 4-0 here on Volskaya Foundry. Most played heroes for them, they're looking at 5-5 on Urel. They're currently 6-3 on Greymane, 6-3 on Sylvanas. Velocity Gaming coming into tonight at 4-3, 14-11 on the map record. Most played maps for them: Tomb of the Spider Queen at 2-3, Infernal Shrines at 3-1. Most played heroes here for Velocity: Malfurion at 5-4, Johanna and ETC both at 3-4. Now, let's take a look here at the bracket. As we can see, we're currently in the losers bracket. Number 2 seed VGM going up against Velocity. The winner of this match will go on to face Team Alexander in the next round. Now, if we take a look at the matchups up until now, the last time VGM and Velocity met, Velocity won 3-1. And looking forward to the next matchup, both of these teams went 2-3 versus Team Alexander in the regular season. So whoever comes on through for this one, it's going to put up a tough fight for Team Alexander. But first, we have to see who comes out ahead in tonight's matchup. Looks like our lobby is about ready to go, so let's bring you on over to the map screen and let you know about the choices for today. VGM Gaming choosing to ban away Cursed Hollow and Hanamura Temple. It was Velocity who banned away Dragonshire and Battlefield of Eternity. And game number 1 is going to be Volskaya Foundry. And I just double check who chose it. VGM chose it. Perfect. There we go. Everything updated perfectly. Just gotta make sure I update this last one. Awesome. Alright, we've got ourselves a draft. Let's jump on in and see what we have to see today. It is VGM Gaming first to act here on Volskaya Foundry. They're currently undefeated on this map, so we'll see if they can keep the magic going here in the playoffs. Volskaya Foundry, very predictable team fight map. Very strong macro presence type of map. One thing to note, Kerrigan has been banned the last few weeks in the NGS, but the bug got fixed and Kerrigan is available. Which team was the Kerrigan? It was VGM. They've played Kerrigan 3 times this season. This was before Kerrigan got banned away, so it is an option. They're going to ban away Junkrat to start. There's a lot of room for Junkrat to maneuver, throw in bombs from range with perfect sight here on Volskaya Foundry, so not surprising at all to see that banned away. Velocity is going to take out Sylvanas, one of the most played and most successful heroes here in Storm Division. Very, very strong in the hands of these professionals. VGM Gaming thinking about their next ban here. We'll see if they let the let's see if the Chromie is going to make it through here. There has been a shakeup in the meta a little bit. There's been a couple patches since the beginning of the season. The most recent one nerfed Diva and Gazlo a little bit, but not enough for VGM Gaming apparently, as they're going to go ahead and ban that away. Velocity going to follow up with the Cassia ban. A lot of people fell off of Cassia after the last round of nerfs, but there's been I've been talking to folks and they've been wondering why Cassia hasn't been nerfed again, because honestly she's still doing very, very well. And Velocity agrees. That does leave the Chromie open, so VGM going to go ahead and snap up the Sand Mage. So much opportunity here on Volskaya Foundry for Chromie to just live in the back line, completely unreachable, throw bombs onto the point. The slowing sands on the objective is so disruptive. Chichagi going to try to counter that with the often unstoppable Johanna. And then Tori is going to snap away the Urel, the most played offlaner for both of these teams. So taking the opportunity to grab that up first round. So they've got their offlaner and their tank locked in here. VGM Gaming, they've got their Chromie. They're looking down at the opposing tank. They're going to take the opportunity to grab up Stukov here, is heavy. And Liam is going to grab Diva. Diva did get nerfed a little bit, still looking pretty strong out there. The disruption coming in from those boosters, being able to clear out the point with a nice little bomb. Very effective hero indeed, especially when you've got the disruption of Urel on the other side. Trying to match that teamfight disruption in the Diva makes a lot of sense to me. Velocity going to ban away ETC. One of the more played tanks overall, but second most played here for VGM. That does leave Garrosh on the board. But, you know, Garrosh with a Chromie, it's doable. I think it's a little bit harder. I mean, you want Stukov and Chromie to be reaching forward rather than Garrosh throwing back. It can still work, but it's a lot harder to pull off with a Garrosh than with something like an ETC. VGM Gaming, just go with the Hanzo ban. So trying to rule the range here. Make sure Chromie is in range of everybody that Tiger might want to hit. So we see Velocity thinking about their next two picks. Sylvanas off the board, no Cassia, no Junkrat, no Hanzo. That's a lot of the most played damage dealers here in Storm Division. Take a look at their most recent picks. Raynor Li Ming is definitely something that we see a lot of teams pick up. Caesar Salad going to go ahead and pick up the white main, and it will be Raynor here for Mysticles. So white main, a very strong catch support. Burst denial, almost unrivaled in the game, with the ultimate choices and just the very, very short-term burst healing that can come out of white main. So I'm excited to see how Caesar Salad maneuvers that hero. Maka is going to snap up the gray main to try to help out with some of the PvE around the map, and it's going to be Varian here for Cattle. So looking at a possible Varian pick comp with the Stukov follow-up. You've got Chromie gray main for the blow-ups. And to try to counter that, Gotfilth is going to grab a Medivh. Try to deny some of that single target blow-up coming out from VGM Gaming. Alright, definitely some strong counter picks, some strong plans coming out from our two squads. Can VGM Gaming find the picks that they need, or can Velocity dodge the fire, move around the map, and surge to victory? Let's find out. Game number 1, VGM Gaming versus Velocity. Here we go. Alrighty, loading on in here to Volskaya Foundry. Take another quick peek at the comps here. It's a lot of disruption over on the side of Velocity. They're going to be relying on Raynor. Medivh can also throw in the damage. Urel's no slouch either. But not the burst combination that you're seeing over on the side of VGM Gaming with that Chromie Grey main. So will the sustain survive? Or will the single target blow up win the day? Will be interesting to see how these teams clash. Definitely be a skill matchup. Excited to see how the Medivh fits into this comp. See that Diva Urel coming together here. And see how Varian is since the buff. Varian did get a health buff this week. So should make Varian a little bit more survivable on that front line. And no more rambling from me. It looks like we're starting to load in. Perfect. Just need one more. Is it me? There we go. Alrighty. Game number 1. Getting ready here. On the left in the blue, we have VGM Gaming. With Liam on the Diva, Maga is playing Greymane, Tiger JK is on the Chromie, Cattle is playing Varian, and Hebi is on the Stukov. On the right in the red, it is Velocity with Jachuggy on the Johanna, Nintorius playing Urel, Mysticles is on the Rainer, Caesar Salad is on the Whitemane, and it's got Filth on the Medivh.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 1 is underway here on Volskaya Foundry. Medivh, of course, going to be stacking up that Arcane Rift on level 1. No other questing talents to be found so far. These teams just going to work on their wave clear, start up their rotations. Diva already down in the bottom lane here for VGM Gaming, so that is going to give an opportunity for Velocity to possibly move in and look for a fight. Instead, going to use the Medivh portal to accelerate the rotations up to the top lane. Nice little use of portal there from Medivh, and Velocity will get ahead on these initial rotations. Nintori being chased out by Cattle and Liam here, taking Urel down to about half health, but all the experience orbs are picked up by Velocity. Uh-oh, Cattle in position to get picked up here. Jachuggy gets the slow onto Varian, and the follow-up is good. Very good reaction coming out from Velocity. Well done to react to that pick, and once again the Medivh just really advancing these rotations. It looks like Velocity going to go ahead and pick up the heal camp with this first objective, or with this first advantage, I should say. O'Malley Music, thank you very much for the 500. Glad you're enjoying the show. Nintori just freezing this wave by the wall, where you see VGM Gaming picking up the left side turret. And Velocity not far behind here. Rotations have ceased while the turret was being picked up. We'll see whether Velocity can pick up those rotations once again. Jachuggy keeping things close to the wall, as the rest of VGM Gaming coming on up to see if they can find that pick onto Johanna, holding that all-important healing item. Looks like... oh, Nintori moving on up in the mid lane. There's Cattle moving in with the slow onto Nintori, but Velocity manages to back off here. You see Liam working on the siege camp on the left-hand side, so we're Maka down in the bottom lane covering that soak. Mysticles and Caesar Salad doing the same thing, grabbing that siege camp on the right. Medivh holding Liam there. The sprays are down, and Medivh will retreat. Nintori keeping it tight to the wall down in the bottom lane once again. These teams just waiting, looking for an opportunity to try to cap second. Who's going to blink first? Hebi holding here versus Mysticles and got Filth. Jachuggy thinking about coming around, but will be spotted by the time trap. Both teams just holding so long on these siege camps, waiting for someone to blink. Diva and Whitemane, it looks like Whitemane's going to blink first. Both teams take them roughly at the same time, but VGM Gaming wins the staring contest. Protected coming out from Got Filth, will save from the Dragon's Breath. Right now, Liam in the top lane is staying up there to clear, so Velocity has the player advantage on this point for now. Nintori working in the bottom lane to try to find level 7 for the team, but Cattle's going straight in, wants this kill onto Medivh. The taunt is good. Oh, the silence is out, but Got Filth manages to use the portal to get away. That was almost an early kill onto Medivh. Velocity has found level 7. VGM Gaming trying to find a level 7 of their own, and there it is. That's going to trap Rainer in the top lane, clearing away that siege. VGM trying to get the channel on the point here. We'll start moving ahead on the percentage. But more important than anything is just getting as much experience as possible. That's why you see Maka and Liam on that turret camp once again. And now we're going to see our teams come in and fight. Unstoppable from Johanna is going to let Jachuggy back on out of there. And this is where we see Chromie's value is so high, just putting so much heavy damage onto the front line. Nintori managing to get away from the damage, using the portal to reposition. Both these teams just poking in. The healers on both sides keeping everyone very healthy. Mystically is managing to get away from the Dragon's Breath. Chachagi, ooh, is protected by Medivh, saving that healing totem for now. Not Filth manages to get back into Raven form, but we're 96% on the point. So Velocity's going to have to move in and force this fight, and Tori gets the knockback. Healing item is going to be used here by Velocity. And Tori manages to get back onto the point. The taunt is good, but Yrel still very healthy. Got Filth working on D.Va in the backline. Uh-oh, Caesar Salad taking some big damage from Chromie. See Velocity setting up the portal, trying to move in. Nentori's in the back line, jumps on back to try to save some health here. Mystically is being pushed back by D.Va. Nentori having to pop the medallion to get on out of there. And it looks like VGM Gaming posture well enough and pick up Protector A. Gonna try to get a bit of damage on this front wall in the mid lane. Gonna get one slam. Not heading to the top just yet, just trying to throw a laser out. Manages to get one tower, will not quite get the second. Maka's going to be pushed back by Chachagi and Mysticles. But right now it's just got Filth on the defense, and there's a minion wave here. So this Protector is going to surge right on past, pick up the kill onto this well, and have enough health to get on out of there. Medivh portal right into the backline. This is going to be trouble here for Maka. Great portal in from Medivh. That's going to secure the kill onto Greymane. Caesar Salad being chased out by Liam. Has that mech bomb ready. Is the Protector trying to get the slam onto Medivh. Oh, that's huge. That's going to reset those level 1 Q stacks. Level 10 has arrived for VGM Gaming. This Protector is about to expire, so Varian and Stukov going to have to hightail it on out of here. But a very effective first Protector there by VGM Gaming. Level 10s have arrived for both squads. Let's check in on the heroic options. For VGM, we're looking at the micro missiles. It is the Juggernaut for Varian, so no shield wall. Massive shove, slowing sands, and Greymane did pick up that cursed bullet. Both teams working on their macro here. Right side turret has been picked up. Velocity, we're looking at the Ardent Defender, Blessed Shield. It is Scarlet Aegis coming out for Medivh, or for Whitemane, I should say. The Rainer's Raider and the Arcane Rift is Medivh's choice. Medivh just keeping an eye on these rotations, but Cattle moving around the outside will get caught by Chachagi. There's the medallion from Caesar Salad to deny the taunt. And VGM Gaming is going to start up the heal camp here, possibly force a fight. The slowing sands is going to make moving in very difficult here for Velocity. They don't have time to move around the outside, and VGM picks up a quick heal camp there. And they're going to go ahead and clash in the mid lane once again. Both teams just looking for any opportunity here. Velocity making sure top lane isn't too far pushed in. They've got to be ready for this next Protector point B. This Cattle rotating very aggressively here. But ever watchful has got Filth on the Medivh. Looks like Mysticles is going to go ahead and start up the siege camp here for Velocity. VGM Gaming trying to be in two places at once. They're pushing in the mid lane into this mid fort. And Tori trying to slow down Liam here. Chachagi coming around the outside. D.Va getting peeled for by Cattle. So Liam's going to scoot away here. Cattle thinking about another engage. Chromie using that sight talent on level 1 just to keep an eye on things. Both teams doing very, very good job of posturing around the map, making sure that they are formed up and nobody is able to be caught out. That right now seems to be playing to Velocity's favor, as that is really what Varian is looking for, is people stepping out. Big rotation onto Liam in the bottom lane, but the boosters are up and available. So Liam's just going to go ahead and back, or think about it, and then get ready for the next objective. VGM Gaming. Cattle moving very far forward here. Medivh is going to scout it, as both teams arrive at level 13 in preparation for Control Point B. There's the Medivh portal. They want to find Liam in the mid lane. Unstoppable popped is going to allow D.Va to boost right on through. Great use of the medallion there coming out from Liam. Cattle coming around the outside. Got Filth. The Unstoppable is out. The Arcane Rift to survive. Taunt is good onto... who is that? Yrel. Nentori, oh, manages to get the Ardent Defender up and uses the portal to escape. Suddenly it's a counter engage here for Velocity. Caesar Salad getting shoved out by Heavy. Liam still has that bomb available, waiting for the opportunity to go ahead and pop that. But great work from both squads. Counter-engaged into counter-engage. And no deaths. We're going to get ready for control point B, but first, got to pick up some turret camps here on both sides. Medivh keeping an eye on things on the left. Varian surging across on the right. But it is just going to be a simple trade as D.Va and Johanna stare each other down. I'm not sure they know. No, they know each other's there. It's contested. That would be funny, though. Chuggy gonna move on around, but the booster's coming out from Liam just in time to avoid the condemn. Chromie down in the bottom lane here means that Velocity has an opportunity. Nice pushback from Nintori will secure Urel's escape. Chromie is gonna start to come up from the bottom lane. Nintori charged onto by Cattle. Maka just shelling away from safety here, trying to move up, get some as much damage as possible. Liam gonna start up the heal camp here, but Medivh is all over that. 50% on the point here for Velocity. Johanna's been maintaining presence. Cattle just looking for any sort of engage. There's Nintori over the wall, gonna have to use the portal to get on out of there because the silence zone was in effect. So that's gonna be a heal camp going over to VGM Gaming. It's Velocity trying to get back onto the point for now. But Rainer's peeling away to try to catch the mid-soak. Caesar Salad gonna have to move on out of there. Chuggy just trying to delay things as much as possible, but it looks like VGM Gaming is going to start channeling this objective. Mysticles and Caesar Salad are starting up their siege camp on the right. They know they've got enough time. We're only 15% in here for VGM Gaming. Liam just catching the mid-soak. Nintori pushing in the bottom lane here as level 16 has arrived for VGM Gaming. So Nintori catches the bottom wave. They're going to need another wave or two before they can jump on, though. Will they have enough time to find it? It's already 60% on this objective. Medivh's keeping an eye on D.Va. And it looks like Velocity isn't going to go ahead and fight. They're going to look for level 16. They're very close. If they move quickly, they can get onto the point. Level 16 has arrived. Medivh portal is in. There's the slowing sands. Looks like Chuggy will manage to get onto the point. There's the taunt onto Medivh, but got Filth. The Protected is going to get on out of there. Cattle moving on forward. Oh, a huge stop on the time trap. But everyone gets through the portal. Liam is going to use the boosters to try to separate the crew. But Velocity, once again, they've got to get onto this point. Nintori's going to commit. Mystically's trying to get up there as well. Taunt is good onto Rainer. There's the micro missiles. Velocity just don't have the opportunity. Oh, a huge silence! Hardened Defender manages to come on out. Chuggy with the Blessed Shield disengage. And it's going to be VGM Gaming picking up another Protector here. Liam going to go ahead and claim that top fort. We'll see whether VGM Gaming stops in the mid or if they're going to head right down to the bottom lane. It looks like they're clearing mid. Protector will not stop. Just going to throw out a couple of abilities and head down to the bottom lane. Liam claims the top fort for VGM Gaming. First structure of the game. This wall's being worked on. Well taken down. This Protector's still very healthy. Gets the clap onto the portal, or the cannon tower there. Medivh portal, unfortunately, will not be able to be used aggressively. Cattle moving on in. Chuggy is there with the peel. And it's going to be bottom fort claimed as well here by VGM Gaming. Protector. It's got 25 seconds left on it, a little bit of health. Chromie and Stukov in there. Could be in some trouble if they get caught out. Trying to find this mid well, will get it. Portal onto the backline, but Cattle trying to allow Maka to escape. There's the taunt coming out, the clap from the Punisher. Nintori manages to evade the engage once again. Godfilth doing a great work on the Medivh. Oh, manages to just get into Raven form. But this will be a third fort. Going over to VGM Gaming. Checking in on the experience here. That passive experience is going to really start to add up for VGM Gaming on the path to level 20. Nice turret steal coming in from VGM. So they boost on back to the mid. Right now, they're just trying to keep Velocity off the map at all costs. Keep all 3 lanes pushed in as much as possible. To try to make Velocity feel like they cannot move out. Medivh Portal. Thinking about moving in. They think better of it. Heal camp will be picked up, so that's a double heal camp here for VGM Gaming. Velocity just trying to move around the map, pick up as much experience as they can, but they don't really have the opportunity to do much. The best that they can hope for is a surprise engage or just trying to find level 20 before Protector C comes online. See Nintori up there, grabbing as much XP as possible. Siege camp's going to be worked on by both squads. Left side Siege and right side Siege taken pretty much simultaneously there. Right now, Velocity is in the top lane. VGM looking for a rotation down to bottom lane. Medivh is going to go ahead and scout that out. Right now, the team's just in a little bit of a stalemate. VGM knows they have the upper hand. They're going to try to rotate here onto Nintori. Liam moving on up. Yrel will manage to escape. Very difficult against a Medivh to get any kind of surprise rotation. Godfilth has just been on top of VGM Gaming for most of this game. Very strong sight talents with the Chromie, eyes in the skies, the Medivh mobile ward. Kachuggy going to keep an eye on things, but level 20 has arrived, so the talent advantage is here for VGM Gaming. Liam moving up to look for a possible engage onto Nintori, but there's the Hand of Freedom to boost Yrel on out of there. We're going to be looking at Protector C in about 30 seconds here. Velocity potentially has time for level 20, but VGM Gaming's not going to give them a lot of room to breathe. Sieging in this bottom lane. Level 20 talents are online. Chachuggy looking for a possible flank engage. Keep wall is going to be burned down. Tiger throwing out those sands up above, trying to ward away any flank opportunities. VGM Gaming going to go ahead and claim a... Is that a 4th turret? No, that's a 3rd turret. So they've got now capped out. They've got 5 items, 3 turrets, 2 healing camps, ready for point C. We're going to see Velocity split up. They're just trying to triple soak here, find level 20, and it looks like they will find level 20 before having to move on to point C. Left side turret is going to be capped here, but no one can put it down. No one can pick it up. See what they do with that. It's going to be capped here. They drop a heal camp and trade it out for a turret, instead favoring the DPS as they get ready to fight over control point C at level 20. There's the taunt coming out onto Nintori. Cattle just checking. Just checking. Nintori going to move on up. Portal has been used here. Medivh is in the air, ready to assist. VGM Gaming established their territory here and jump back onto the point. They're at 53% on the channel. Velocity thinking about whether they want to move in or not. It looks like they're going to just... they're not going to go in and throw themselves at this point. They're just going to give up Protector C and gamble on the defense here. Working instead on the right side Siege. It's going to give VGM a 3rd Protector for this game. Now, we have seen some very creative uses of Protectors here in the last couple weeks. We'll see what VGM Gaming wants to do. They're going to start surging down the bottom lane. And Tori thinking about coming around the outside. Cattle spots it. Is going to run away here. Doesn't manage to get dismounted. Diva and Yrel are here in the backline. And Tori is keeping the rest of VGM away. But this Protector is just gnawing away at this bottom keep. Very, very healthy. Clapping that away. Uh-oh. The Ardent Defender is popped by Yrel. There's the portal. Is Nintori going to be able to get out of there? Yes, they will. Uh-oh. Caesar Salad pushed right on through the portal. Warping back in here, pops the Scarlet Aegis, and the fight is on. There's the Arcane Rift. Portal into the backline once again. Godfilth is all over the members of VGM. Heavy getting caught out there. Caught out and jumped right onto. And that's going to be Stukov going down. And this Protector is suddenly becoming a liability here. As Chromie and Greymane going to load up with the possibility of, you know, escaping more than anything. As it is Cattle and Liam. There's Medivh portal for the chase once again. Bottom fort is up as well as the wall. So it looks like this Protector will simply be nullified. It did get bottom keep. And ultimately, only losing one member there is not a huge loss for VGM. So Liam going to go ahead and clear the top lane. And Velocity will take the opportunity to try to even out these lanes, try to give themselves more room to breathe, as they were very pressed in on the map beforehand. Protector just going to go ahead and expire behind the walls here. Velocity thinking about a rotation. Moving in very aggressively as Medivh going to keep an eye on things.
Well done.
Are they going to go ahead and steal, or are they going to go and... Uh-oh, moving right under the fort here. This could be trouble. Chromie caught out. Great job by Gotfilth, just looking for the engage, finding it. Great work by Velocity. They find a kill. They're going to go ahead and start marching up the map here. They still don't have a structure down. So we're going to see what they prioritize here. It looks like they're heading towards the heal camp, wanting to get that item advantage going into the next Protector phase. Medivh ready to ferry in the crew, but the siege camp picked up too quickly by VGM Gaming. So we see the heal camp picked up by Velocity. And the members of VGM Gaming have to be very careful here, as that engage showed that Velocity could be lurking around any corner. Cattle thinking about moving forward, finds the slow onto Caesar Salad. Doesn't have quite enough room to move in, though. Chromie is still down for another couple seconds. He's coming back to the battlefield now. Velocity going to go ahead onto the right side turret. Medivh just making VGM second guess themselves here. There's the portal. Chichuggy is on top. He's going to portal on out. Uh-oh, Caesar Salad, the taunt is out. Protected. Oh, the silence couldn't quite get there. Medivh cheats onto the back line. Whitemane almost picked off by VGM Gaming, but great saves coming on out. All of a sudden, Liam is the target. Will get popped out before the bomb can drop. And Tori gets taunted by Cattle. Couple of items used there. So no items left on the side of VGM Gaming. Looks like we've got 2 turrets and a heal camp still up and available for Velocity. VGM just having to stay together. With Medivh overhead, that means the rest of Velocity could be around any corner, waiting to jump in. So it looks like VGM, all they can really do here is try to maintain the pressure, wait for the next objective. They've got no real reason to move out here, as you can see. Oh yeah. Protector A. 4th Protector point of the game is starting to come online. This is the opportunity here for VGM. They've just got to be patient a little bit longer. They've got good lane pressure. They've got good team fight. If they get the engage they want, this could be game, as they have both top and bottom lane worked on. Velocity going to push in the top lane. Cattle's going to jump onto the point. VGM does manage to pick up a turret. Here comes the members of Velocity. Tentori going to jump right in, taunted by Cattle. Uh-oh, the medallion is out, going to save Cattle for now. Liam trying to reduce the damage of the backline of Velocity. That's going to be 2 turrets committed, 2 turrets destroyed. Still a heal camp up for Velocity. Once again, they're in a position where they have to move in, and they have to move in soon. 60% on the channel. The deep portal is in. Chuggy's on the backline, but is going to get taunted. Scarlet Aegis is out, and there's the Arcane Rift. Trying to find this kill onto Greymane. Maka repositioning with the Dark Flight. Ardent Defender is popped, going to put Tori back to full health on the Urel. The core is starting to take some damage in the bottom lane. Catapults are starting to pack up. Liam drops the mech bomb. Maka, managing to get away here. Taunt is good onto Medivh. Gotfilth going to start to move on back. The core is taking so much damage. It's 3 catapults, 5%. One more! And that's going to be it. The scaling catapults managed to get the victory there. VGM goes up 1-0. GG. So VGM, in a 1-kill-to-4 victory, get the lane pressure with the 3 previous protectors and velocity. While they had a very, very threatening level 20 composition, just could not move in without the structures down. And VGM Gaming, the patient gameplay, wins out. Maka on the Greymane leading the way on hero damage there for VGM Gaming at nearly 63,000. It was Mysticles on the Rainer for Velocity with nearly 60k hero damage. Very nicely done. Take a quick look at the talent screen, and then we're going to go ahead and get set up for game number 2. Alrighty, game number 1 is in the books. VGM strike first on Volskaya Foundry. We're going to go to the break and get ready with the next lobby. We're going to have game number 2 soon, so don't go far. Alrighty, welcome back. We're getting ready here for game number 2 between VGM Gaming and Velocity. VGM going up 1-0 in this series, and we'll see if they can put another one on the board or if Velocity can come on back. Hope you've all been having an excellent time thus far. Don't forget, you can still go over to Matcherino, contribute to the prize pool here for the NGS Storm Division, and support your players today. Alright. We've got a draft. As you may have heard, we're going to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. Remind you of the map bans. It is Cursed Hollow, Hanamura Temple, Dragonshire, and Battlefield of Eternity that were banned away in this series. Let's jump into the draft here and see that we've got ourselves a substitution over on the side of Velocity. Noah moving in for Got Filth for this next game. So, Velocity now first to act here on Infernal Shrines. We'll see whether there's going to be any change in the ban strategy. Infernal Shrines, a very similar style of map to Volskaya Foundry, except the scaling of the late game objective very different, and the location of the team fights isn't always as well known. And you get stuff like Kerrigan that's possibly played, and that's going to be banned away by Velocity. VGM Gaming, thinking about their next ban here. Let's see. Second pick, likely to see Gazlo still banned away. It's going to be the Chromie first, not wanting to give that up first pick over to Velocity. You know, I'm not sure how well Gazlo does on Shrines in the Point. I mean, just strong overall. The nerf bat did come down, but a lot of people grouped up, a lot of opportunities to clear minions throughout those turrets, just get the dismounts. Velocity going to go ahead and stick with that Sylvanas ban. Be interesting to see whether VGM Gaming Yeah, I thought they might favor the Cassia there. They're going to go ahead and leave both Diva and Gazlowe up here, as well as Junkrat. He is still on the board, so we'll have to see if that comes on through. Junkrat heavily played by Velocity. Will that be a first pick opportunity here on Infernal Shrines, though? We'll have to take a look. Caesar Salad gonna snipe away the Stukov, wanting to control that healer pick, take that away from Heavy. VGM thinking about their next two picks here. They don't have a lot of Junkrat history. They've played 2 games on Junkrat so far this season. That doesn't mean they can't play it, and they may pick it up to just take it away from Velocity, but I'd be very surprised if Junkrat doesn't make it into this draft. It's going to be Diva and Hanzo coming out here for Liam and Maka. Diva obviously still very strong. Hanzo, a lot of teamfight presence with that Dragon Arrow. And also brings the sight with the Sonic Arrow, which we saw was very important for our teams in game number 1. Velocity with the next 2 picks. They've got the Stukov. We'll see what they want to set up with the combo. Ooh, it's going to be a Dahaka coming in from Nintori, and Jichuggy will take the ETC. So we've got the Slide into Silence combo and the Global Presence from Dahaka. Now, Dahaka did get a buff this week. Many a Twitter account claiming Dahaka is now busted. I guess we'll see. Can Nintori bring the dinosaur back to life? There's definitely some opportunity for global presence. There's a lot of vents to work with here on Infernal Shrine, so Dahaka's going to be motoring around, no problem. Junkrat banned away by VGM Gaming. And it's going to be Ana banned away by Velocity. With Stukov already picked up, an Ana ban definitely makes sense here, especially with the double pick coming on through for VGM. So we won't see an opportunity for an Ana Mage. I wonder if it's going to be a Mephisto. Do they have a Mephisto history? They haven't played any Mephisto so far. I do like to see a Mephisto on Infernal Shrines. We'll see what VGM's going to settle on. They're going to lock in their tank and their healer first. Heavy's going to grab the Deckard, and Cattle will scoop up the Johanna this time that was vacated by Jichuggy. Alright, so we've got the ETC Stukov. Sylvanas not on the board. Gonna be a Deathwing coming in for Noah, and Mysticles. Gotta think it's a Rainer here again. It's gonna be a Tychus this time. Gonna take away the Tychus, make sure there's no Tychus last pick coming in from Tiger to burn down Deathwing. Smart pickup there for sure. So we need a DPS option. Greymane's still available. We'll see whether that's going to be the choice for Tiger. I gotta feel like it's Greymane, right? Unless they've got another opportunity. They're gonna go with a Malthael here. Okay, so going with the Diva Malthael instead of grabbing a potentially squishy damage dealer into the mix, they're gonna grab the Malthael Bruiser. Liam gonna go ahead and switch on to that. Putting Cattle on the Diva. Interesting. And Tiger is playing Johanna. Alright. We'll see how this clashes. VGM versus Velocity, game number 2. All right. Game's loading in. I was a little lost for words at the end there, as we got some very interesting compositions from our 2 squads. But I won't have to wonder about them much longer, because here we go. On the left in the blue, once again, we have VGM Gaming with Heavy on the Deckard. Tiger JK is on the Johanna. Liam is playing the Malthael. Maka is on Hanzo. And Cattle is on the D.Va. On the right in the red, it is Velocity with Mysticles on the Tychus. Caesar Salad is playing Stukov. Chachuggy is on the ETC. Nintori on the Dahaka. And Noah is playing Deathwing.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 2 on Infernal Shrines is underway. A couple of fairly sturdy comps coming out from our two squads, but also a lot of percent damage available for both teams. Cattle getting a little bit caught up there. Gonna go ahead and just be full health, as D.Va tends to do. Cattle moving on in, trying to help with the wave clear. And the rotations will commence. Malthael and Dahaka will work in the top lane. Malthael will have the better of that engagement early on. It looks like Nintori going to try to freeze that wave to have an easier time versus this Malthael. There's a big root coming out onto Chachuggy, but the slide through is good onto Johanna. Cattle coming in with the possible body blocks. And our teams clashing left and right here in the opening minute. Malthael working on the double soak. Nintori just keeping an eye on things here in the top. You see the rest of VGM Gaming going to get on top of their left side siege. The Velocity's going for the neutral siege. Can they pick this up in time? Deathwing definitely helps with the point control, throwing in the Molten Flame to try to speed up this clear. But here comes VGM's. Cattle cannot get onto the point in time, so the clear is fast enough for Velocity. Nice little steal coming in from Velocity Gaming. Grabbing the neutral camp first is always a risky play, but it can definitely pay off if you can pull it off. Now we're going to see Velocity move on to the right side siege camp. Liam working on the Shaman camp in preparation for our first objective. Looking at an Arcane Shrine in the top lane. Gonna see Heavy move up. Start setting up those Deckard potions. Very, very important here for our first objective. Liam gonna hold that camp for now. We're gonna see Velocity grab their own Shaman camp and try to prepare that for the next objective. Once again, both teams favoring the macro play rather than overextending for picks. Very conservative, smart matchup here from both of our squads. Once again, the standoff. Caesar Salad versus Tiger. Who's going to blink first? Velocity blinks first. Tiger is going to hold for just a little bit longer. As Cattle working on Noah in the bottom lane. We've got ourselves an objective spawning in 5 seconds here. Deathwing is back in the sky. D.Va stuck down in the bottom lane. So Velocity may have a tilted engage for the moment. Dahaka can come and join in as well. Gonna try to interrupt the rotation of D.Va down there. Of course, D.Va can't be dismounted, however. Making Liam think about it before coming on up. Or Liam is up right there. I was thinking, making Cattle think about it, I should say. I kept thinking, I was assuming, you know, off-lane D.Va, it's gonna be Liam, right? Nah. Malthael warping on through, getting some damage onto Chachuggy. There is the mech bomb going out, gonna get the hit onto Dahaka. Uh-oh, Noah is trapped. Nice body block coming out from Tiger JK. That's gonna be our first blood of the game, going over to VGM Gaming. Cattle working on Dahaka, but that essence is gonna be used by Nintori. Blue team has summoned an Arcane Punisher. We're going to see it baited over the wall by Chachuggy. Nice little combo there with the face melt slide away. Going to be very quickly burned down here by Mysticles and the cannon towers. Looks like VGM might get this wall. Protector still online. So just the wall taken. That's about all you can expect from here, this first objective. Liam looking to get onto this point right away. Gonna be there right on time. Is Noah gonna take some damage in the mid? Rest of the crew's coming on through though. Nintori with a nice drag. Silence coming out onto Cattle as well. D.Va's in some trouble, trying to walk on out of there. Will avoid the stun of Noah. So Cattle's going to have to go ahead and blast away some minion waves to build up that mech charge once again. Now moving on to Liam as Velocity. Gets the mark onto Mysticles and warps on through. Nice little play there from Malthael. And Tori just pushing in that top lane. O'Malley Music with the 2 months of subscription. Thank you very much for supporting the NGS, and thank you for supporting me. Centauri going to be chased away by Tiger and Liam in the top lane. Another neutral camp taken by Velocity. Showing very good map awareness here and when they can go ahead and make those risky calls. Caesar Salad and Mystically is going to go ahead and claim their prize on the right-hand side as well. So taking a look at the experience here, ahead on Mercenaries is Velocity, but a little bit behind on the minions, so it looks like level 10 will go over to VGM Gaming. There's 10 coming on out. Chichuggy managing to slide away from the Scroll of Sealing. Taking a look at the heroics for VGM, we've got the Micro Missiles, Blessed Shield. It is Dragon Strike for Hanzo, a Lornado coming out for Deckard, and Last Rites for Malthael. Interesting set of heroics there. Having to... Big silence on Tiger JK, lasting quite a while. Johanna trying to wiggle on out of there. Cattle is pushed away by the massive shove. I was going to say trying to deal with that unstoppable Deathwing with the alternate heroic choices. Looking over at Velocity, we've got the adaptation for Dahaka, Massive Shove, Mosh Pit, Odin, and Bellowing Roar. BBJ with the Giant Raid coming on in. Welcome to the channel. We've got game number 2 underway. VGM up 1-0 over Velocity. Liam's going to go ahead and work on the left side Siege, or left side Shaman, I should say. Velocity getting ready for the right. It is a bottom lane Frozen Punisher coming on up in about 10 seconds here. As we see the team's just going to prepare the lanes and try to get down here for this objective. Cattle going to try to put some early damage onto Noah. The rotations are good. Chichuggy is on top of things, and here we go. The minions have spawned, and the race is on. Cattle, is feared away by the Bellowing Roar, but still at high enough health to possibly pop that bomb. Johanna grouping him up. There's the Lornado. Cataclysm over the top from Noah. Dragon Strike out as well is going to miss the bulk of Velocity. Chichuggy going to slide on through. That's a huge mosh pit onto 3, but quickly interrupted there by VGM Gaming. Heavy keeping everyone alive with those potions. VGM is going to have to start backing off. There's a lot of low health bars there, and a lot of rubies out of reach. So Velocity going to take control at this point. Chichuggy trying to ward away the rest of VGM Gaming. Very even on the minions so far. A huge Molten Breath is going to catch Malthael out. D.Va is demeched as well. Tiger trying to get away here. Chichuggy with the body blocks. The poke's coming in, though, from VGM Gaming. It looks like... I think Velocity's got this. They're going to get the last couple minions here and secure themselves a bottom lane Frozen Punisher. Very nice turnaround, keeping everyone rooted inside that Molten Breath. Very impressive play there from Velocity. Punisher baited over the wall. There's the follow-up silence from Stukov. This Punisher is going to turn off the fort, though. Dragon Strike to try to ward away the members of Velocity, keeping them trapped beside that cannon tower. But they're going to surge on through. Chichuggy's going to slide in. The follow-up stun from the Punisher, followed by the root and the silence. Somehow, Cattle manages to wiggle on out of there. Does not manage to drop off the bomb, but will manage to get away from the gank. Amazingly kept alive there. Bottom fort's going to go down. But overall, a pretty decent defense coming in there for VGM. Liam finally getting around to clearing away that top wave after that very extended fight over the objective. Velocity going to claim the neutral causer for the 3rd time this game. Maka throwing out the sonic arrows, making sure a gank isn't coming their way. And it looks like our squads are going to go ahead and trade the favored causer camps on the left and right. Noah's starting to move across, though. Deathwing may not let this go for free. Camp is going to be claimed here. So Noah not able to waddle on in quite fast enough. but Velocity just going to move up and clear these away instantly. And their own Khazra camp is moving down the mid lane. D.Va and Dahaka dueling away in the top lane. Malthael trying to catch up the bottom lane here for VGM. Right now, both teams just sort of waiting for the next objective. It is going to be Mortar Punisher in the top lane. Tiger JK going to get dismounted by Chuggy. Trying to get this well in preparation for the next objective is Velocity, but they got to be careful. Oh, there's the huge engage coming in from Tiger, the Blessed Shield and the slow. Deckard coming in with the slow as well on that Haradra cube. Chuggy able to move away. So nice positioning there from Velocity, able to move away. Right now we see Nentori and Liam just working on double soak. Uh-oh, Cattle almost caught out on the rotation, but the boosters available. And VGM Gaming's going to go ahead and reset. Chuggy keeping an eye on things. Uh-oh, coming around the outside is going to be dismounted by Cattle. It's slid on through. A mosh pit onto one. Lornado going to push back Mysticles. Stun is good onto Cattle. Once again, not quite able to drop off that mech, but the Tornado Dash to get on through is going to save Cattle. Some great engages from both sides, but just not able to quite secure the picks. Great counterplay from both squads. Chuggy and Mysticles thinking about moving in. Tiger JK is going to face check. The slide on through is good. There's the Silence Root combo. Lethal from Caesar Salad. That's going to be Johanna going down here. And Velocity kills the opposing tank right before this shrine activates. Noah trying to breathe down this well with that 75% shielding. That's a lot harder to do now than it used to be. Velocity picking up their Shaman camp right on time. It looks like Maka will have the opportunity for VGM Gaming to pick up their own. Still 15 seconds till Johanna's back on the battlefield. We'll have to see how much of a minion lead Velocity can open up here. Already at 8 ahead, here comes Dahaka and Malthael from the mid lane. Johanna just now spawning in base. We're at 10-4 on these minions. Here comes Liam to try to get some last hits with that Reaper's Mark. Slide on through to Cattle. There's the Silence Root once again. Dragon Strike is out. Cattle able to survive here. Has the mech charge. We'll see if they can get that bomb off this time around. Cataclysm is going to come on through. Noah is going right in there. There's the mech bomb trying to zone away the rest of Velocity. But stuck on the wrong side of things is Heavy. Finally able to move out there. Big Haradra cube onto Chuggy and Caesar Salad. And we'll secure the escape here for VGM, and they're ahead on these minions. This is going to be a real struggle for both of these teams moving on to the point, even on the minions. Cattle is on the back line, throwing out those micro missiles. Heavy having to be careful here. Mysticles is just fully flanking. Maka is going to go down. There goes Deckard as well. So Tiger and D.Va actually caught on the wrong side, trying to get into the back line, but leaving their own back line exposed. That's going to be Johanna next. Nice job by Cattle to try to peel away for Liam. But that could be the end here for D.Va. The full body block coming out. Cattle going to retreat in the other direction. But going to get a chase down by Mysticles and Nentori. So that's a quad kill coming out for Velocity. Mortar Punisher did end up being picked up by VGM. So Velocity going to clear that away. I don't know if they clear it before this fort goes down. One punch, two punch. Oh, it's going to jump on. Mortars going out. Oh, the mortars finish off the fort. Bad luck. So nullifying that Punisher was Velocity. They're going to go ahead and try to claim this top fort. Noah trying to keep those Elementium stacks high. Or Elementium plating stacks high, I should say. Minion Wave is going to finish that off for sure. Nentori trying to claim this camp. Liam not going to move in here. Going to go ahead and back on out of there just in case. Not going for the one-on-one versus Dahaka. Probably a good idea, especially when you don't know where the rest of the squad is. Velocity going to grab the right side Khazra here. Checking back in on the experience. You see those mercenary camps are starting to add up, along with, look at all those hero kills. 8-1 coming in for Velocity, putting them well on the path to level 20. VGM are definitely not at this, though. They got some time before the next objective. They're definitely not going to be looking for a fight, as level 20 is very quickly on the horizon here for Velocity. Just trying their best to clear this wave and dissuade any movement out of this fort. Chuggy having to slide through to escape. Nice angle there. And Tori looking for a possible drag. Will not get it. There's the root from Decker. It's going to catch 2. Adaptation from Nintori just in case. Going to put Dahaka back to full health. And the siege is going to continue here. Looks like mid-fort going to be going down to Velocity here. And they're just going to keep on pushing here, using that lava pool from Deathwing to make it very difficult for VGM to move out. There's the Condemn, can't find Caesar Salad and Mysticles though, so Johanna gonna try to escape. Chichuggy finding the slide onto 2, look at that! Hanzo exploded, could not jump over the wall with that silence zone down, so Velocity picking up the kill there with this slow siege. Cattle able to boost away. Tiger JK getting back behind the wall. But the siege is gonna continue here. Keep wall almost taken out. And we're going to have ourselves a frozen Punisher in the mid lane. That's tough news here for VGM, as this mid lane is already pretty softened up. VGM going to pick up their left side Shaman, right side Shaman being capped by Velocity. Right now, Liam just trying to make sure the bottom lane isn't a concern. Going to go ahead and start clearing the mid. But without Hanzo, they're not going to have the opportunity to move up here, even with level 20. Hanzo will be back on the battlefield in a moment. Remember, does not have that global dragon arrow, so we'll have to move on up. So 20 minions already down here. And it looks like this Punisher is well on the way to going over to the Velocity. Liam staying mounted, making sure that there's no rotation coming on through. Getting picked there would be very, very rough. Looks like Velocity, are they going to go ahead and cap, or are they going to do the 39? It looks like they're going to do the 39. Caesar Salad making sure to not attack there. 39 minions. Oh. Noah picks it up. Velocity saying they're ready to go. They pick up the Frozen Punisher. It's going to be moving down the mid lane here. This Khazra camp claimed by VGM Gaming will stop any reinforcing minion waves. Cattle using the boosters to escape. There's the Lornado. Jump stun onto Tiger. Gonna try to bait this Punisher over to the top keep. But this mid keep, it has been turned off by the Frozen Punisher. Cataclysm over top of the keep. Johanna maintaining presence there. Oh, the stun is good. Manages to drop the mech off, but Diva is absolutely destroyed. So another pick here for Velocity. Mid-keep is gone. Punisher is still pretty healthy. Are Velocity going to think about the core here? Punisher is on top of the core. Noah going to move on forward. Dragon Strike onto 2. Going to split Caesar Salad and Chuggy here. Punisher being baited onto the minions, so starting to really lose some health. Lornado trying to catch Mysticles, but moving around here. Oh no! Liam is picked off. That's another member down, but buys back. Dragon Strike coming on out from the edges from Maka once again. So Liam did go down, but is back on the battlefield here for the defense. So no shielding, will be taken out by Velocity. VGM losing that piece of utility on Malthael, but using it to good, I'd say getting pretty good use out of it. Heavy gonna discover Chuggy there. Noah gonna come on down. And the siege will continue here for Velocity. Dragon Strike once again. Trying to catch out the members of Velocity. Liam just clearing away this top lane. Velocity going to go ahead and grab their traditional 2 Khazra. VGM's got a long way to go if they want to get back into this game. All lanes are pushed out. No keeps down. Only 1 fort down. So this is going to take multiple fights, multiple picks for them to move back into this game. But it is a top lane Mortar Punisher. That is very good news here for VGM. That is the lane that they have the fort down in. We see Velocity trying to set up for a possible gank. Noah moving on through. And the bottom lane control being maintained here by Velocity. Odin is going to be popped, actually. So they want this bottom keep wall between Deathwing and Tychus. It's going to go down here. Will they continue forward? Mystically continuing to shell away, hitting the big red button. And Tori trying to find a drag, but there's the Unstoppable onto Cattle, going to deny that. Tiger catching Tychus here. Tiger JK, oh no, this drag is good. Johanna's going to go down. Fantastic bit of synergy there from Greymane, or oh my god, from Deathwing and from Dahaka. Adaptation going to put Nintori back to full health. It looks like the bottom keep will be claimed here by Velocity. They only got Johanna. Core push would be a little bit difficult. Let's see what they do here. Gonna rotate to the mid. They've got a couple of lanes here. It looks like they're gonna back off. So that means constant catapults in mid and bottom lane here for Velocity. And VGM, top shrine is their path to victory. They've got the push in the top lane, but they're going to have to keep an eye. We saw the Winions in the last game claiming victory. So VGM, they've got to take this point and they've got to take it fast. They're going to grab the Shaman camp on the left. The macro, again, impeccable from our two squads. Liam on the Malthael, clearing away these waves, doing their best to make sure that there's no core trouble as this shrine is now active. Velocity starting to move up onto the point. Dahaka pushing through the bottom lane. Liam having to come on up here for the objective. There's the slide on through, and VGM, they know that they don't have much time. Trying to move on through. The Dragon Strike is going to get some big damage on the Mysticles. But VGM, they're going to start clearing some minions here. Bottom and mid wave are starting to crash onto the core. Chuggy starting to move back. Tiger JK wants an engage. There's the Cataclysm from Noah onto the backline. Bellowing Roar going to push forward heavy. Core starting to be willed away a little bit. There's some catapults starting to build up. It's going to be Johanna first to fall here. Velocity is starting to push through. And Tori wanting to find this kill onto Heavy. Staying so healthy with that essence. Can't find the drag though. VGM, they're in some trouble here. Oh, a Silence Root combo. Maka is absolutely caught there. Great job by Caesar Salad with the Silence Root. And it's going to be Deathwing locking in that double kill. Liam trying to move on through. Find some extra damage onto Noah. There's the slide. There's the drag. There's the kill. 3 kills coming on through for Velocity. Malthael back on the battlefield. We're going to see Velocity claim this Mortar Punisher. Not going for the full core push. Oh my god, my words are failing me tonight. Chuggy just keeping an eye on things, making sure there's nothing unbecoming onto this point. And there it is. Late game Mortar Punisher going to be pushing down the last remaining keep here for VGM. This is going to be a very difficult defense for VGM Gaming. Mysticles flanking around the outside. VGM caught underneath their keep here. Lornado with the Dragon Strike coming on out. There's, Tiger is moving on in here, catches 3. Caesar Salad, is taken out here. Heavy trying to get away from the Molten Breath tick damage. Noah going on through with the Cataclysm will finalize the kill onto Deckard. Punisher is down to about half health here. We're 4v4 for now. This Mortar Punisher is shelling away at this keep. Gonna jump on the exploding mech. Last keep is down for VGM Gaming. There's the Dragon Strike onto Noah and Chuggy. And this is going to be tough. They find the drag onto Cattle's mech. Cattle going to go ahead and pop on out of there. Nentori looking for an opportunity. Punisher's taken down. There goes Diva. Noah getting the fear onto Liam, but surviving in the back line. There goes Tychus, though. This is looking like a successful defense here for VGM somehow. After losing 2 members and taking a 25-minute Punisher straight to going through their last keep. Only lose 1% on the core. Now they're kind of back to where they started. They're thrown into the base. We're going to see all the camps picked up by Velocity, keeping VGM trapped back underneath their core. Liam just trying to catch up these lanes, relieve that core pressure, create an opportunity to move out onto the map. Velocity. They can pretty much move anywhere they want right now. Gotta be careful not to get totally flanked. But they have things under control here. Tychus now returning to the battlefield. Velocity will complete the camp steal. Nentori gonna push down the bottom lane here. Got a siege camp and a catapult. It's gonna force VGM Gaming to move back and clean that up. And Velocity thinking about stealing possibly a shaman camp here. Chuggy moving across. Pushing in the mid. Gonna see Mysticles and Caesar Salad go ahead and pick that up. Nentori looking for a drag is going to find it onto Tiger. The slide through is good, but will not land before the Iron Skin comes out. Caesar Salad trying to get the Silence Root combo. Oh, Noah's going in. The Cataclysm pop. Bellowing Roar going to push forward Tiger JK. There's the Odin, and we've got ourselves a full fight here. Liam trying to get onto the back line, get these hits onto Deathwing. Going to pop the Elementium plates down to 2. Nentori being slowed down by the micro missiles. Noah trying to peel away with that dual stun coming out from Deathwing. And Tori going to drag Liam underneath the fort. Cut off by the Molten Breath, and there goes Malthael, but buying right back again as Liam. Malthael already back on the battlefield to clear away these catapults that were stacking up here. Liam making very effective use of that level 20 talent. The no one can stop death on level 20. Going to be an Arcane Shrine in the bottom lane. In this game, VGM just hanging on, just always knowing exactly where they need to be. But this is going to be a real rough Punisher. It's going to be going straight to core. They've got the minion support, so VGM is going to start to move up here. Johanna moving on in, finds the stun onto Chuggy. There's the Dragon Strike. Last Right's coming on out. Oh, ETC goes down. Nentori trying to get a drag onto the backline, trying to find Heavy here. Will not be able to do it. Nentori pops the adaptation, goes right back to full health. VGM, they've got to start thinking about their core, though. We've got 2 catapults in the bottom lane starting to stack up. There's the drag onto Cattle. Cataclysm coming out from Noah for the escape. VGM, it looks like they're going to go ahead and finish this off. Someone's going to have to think about moving back. It looks like Liam is going to start the Hearth. There is the Diva Bomb to get the last few minions. Arcane Punisher going to be pushing down the bottom lane here. Malthael trying to deal with these. Oh, Noah dropping in. Could there be a core rush here from Dahaka and Deathwing? Noah gets the breath. The core shielding is gone. Nentori is going to start shelling away here. Liam just trying to clear away these catapults. Maka and Tiger are back. We're at 80% on the core. Tunneling Claws is going to try to get Nentori out of there. There's the Unstoppable. So dropping down to 78%. A nice little play there from Velocity. Punisher going to claim this bottom fort. Trying to be cleared away here by Mysticles. Still very healthy, but with no minion support, these cannons are going to start to really shred away this objective. Nice job by Nentori to avoid the stun. The rest of VGM is coming on through. Liam is maintaining the lanes here. So VGM is not going to have to worry about a core call for very long. There's the Bellowing Roar. Noah trying to get the D-Mech onto Cattle. Dragon Strike. Gambled and lost on that one. There's the massive shove. Oh, the last rites! It's gonna hit Deathwing! That's 60 seconds without Deathwing for Velocity. Punisher still alive here, wailing away on Caesar Salad. VGM is continuing to push in the bottom lane, but mid is starting to crash. Nintori is using the adaptation to heal back up. Can Cattle get the kill? That's Dahaka down! This Punisher is still working on the bottom keep at very low health. Malthael taken out here, but their Malthael's return is going to be there for the core clear. 63% on the core, 57. And Liam getting back probably faster than they would have with a Hearth by simply dying. Gonna clear up those catapults, and bottom keep is claimed by VGM, and all of a sudden, they've opened up a win condition here at the 31-minute mark here on Infernal Shrines. Liam just clearing away catapults. These catapults are going to do so much damage to the core if they ever land. VGM, all of a sudden, looking like they've got a little bit more control here on the map. They're going to claim this bottom Khazra. Tiger working on the left side Khazra. And the core's been stabilized. The lanes have been stabilized. We're level 26 to 26. Velocity's working on level 27 here. See what the next engage looks like for our two teams. All of a sudden, now it's Velocity that have to worry about their bottom lane. Dragon Strike's gonna come on out, try to split the members of Velocity. Noah warding away VGM Gaming. Mid fort being poked down here by VGM. Mid fort is down. Dahaka is going to clear away that camp. Doing a good job there for Velocity. Tiger looking for a possible Shaman engage. Chichuggy is discovered by the Scatter Arrow. We're looking at a Mortar Punisher in the mid lane for the next one. At 32 minutes, you've got to think, unless something goes horrifically wrong, the Punisher just takes either core here. So whoever wins, we could come down to a core race unless there's a lot of kills on the next team fight. And Tori pushing through the bottom lane here for Velocity. VGM waiting on their next Shaman cap. Velocity going to go ahead and pick up their Shaman on the right. Both teams just kind of doing their lane maintenance, waiting on the next objective. Dahaka staying off the map here. Deathwing going to push the top lane. Here it is. 25 seconds till the Mortar Punisher is going to be up and running. And Tori trying to stay away from Liam here as those two catapults are cleared away by Malthael. Shaman camps will clash in the top lane. Mid will be mostly dealt with during this objective, so it's going to come on down to it. Dahaka trying to get some kind of push to try to put VGM on a clock, but with two catapults spawning every way for both sides, that's going to be difficult. There's the Dragon Strike trying to ward away Velocity. Noah lands the Bellowing Roar to push back Liam and Cattle. And the start has gone. Nintori's thinking about going core here. Dahaka going straight to the core. Core is under attack here. Dahaka gonna dig in though after catching up that wave. Liam in some trouble here. Malthael's gonna go down but is right back up. Spawning back at the core. Diva Bomb gonna drop 17 minions to 7 for VGM Gaming. They're desperately trying to get the last hits onto these minions. Here comes Liam once again. 21 to 16. Liam moving around the outside, moving in onto Noah, but is pushed out by Caesar Salad. The last rites lands. Deathwing is down. VGM, they're surging on through. 27 to 18. There's the mosh going to be interrupted. The root is good onto Cattle. So D-mech'd is Diva. Mysticles working on the outside. Maka being pushed around by Nintori. There's the Dragon Strike. 35 minions for VGM. Tiger trying to get this kill onto Caesar Salad. The Mortar Punisher has landed for VGM Gaming. Caesar Salad being chased out by Liam. That's going to be it. Johanna taken out. There goes Stukov, though. 3 members left alive for Velocity. They've got a Shaman Camp with 3 catapults in the top lane. Can Malthael get this clear? Chuggy is going to try to dissuade Malthael from this clear. Here comes Mysticles. Dahaka goes down to Hanzo in the mid. And Velocity, all that they can do is try to rush the core. Heavy being pushed around by Mysticles, but there's the kill. Tychus is going to go down to Chuggy, the only one on the battlefield here. Going to be left alone. Malthael going to move on back. Liam, not a lot of health here. Just going to make sure Chuggy doesn't lane clear their way to the core. Punisher jumping on over. He's going to clear away the keep at about half health here. But we're going to see. It looks like VGM Gaming in a 36-minute game are going to move onto the core. Look at the damage coming out from this Immortal. And that is going to be it. In an absolute marathon. VGM goes up 2-0. GG. What a game. 36 minutes long. Velocity under control for the vast majority of the game, but VGM just holding on and holding on. And the story of the game, Liam on Malthael with the no one can stop death, just diving in, dying, defending the core, coming on back, and securing the victory for VGM Gaming to go up 2-0. Maka on the Hanzo for VGM, dealing 173,000 hero damage. It was Mysticles on the Tychus, 149k for Velocity. Couldn't quite get to the level 30 talents there, but we'll show you what we have. And then we're going to get set up for game number 3. All right, VGM goes up 2-0 in these incredibly long games, just playing the slow game and getting the job done. We're going to go to the break, and when we come back, it's going to be game number 3 between VGM and Velocity. Stick around. Alrighty, getting ready here for game number 3. VGM Gaming with a couple of marathons on Volskaya Foundry and Infernal Shrines go up 2-0. And we're getting ready here for game number 3. I'll put my R in there. Alrighty. Let's jump over to the map screen. Remind you of the state of this series. Cursed Hollow, Hanamura Temple, Dragonshire, and Battlefield of Eternity are banned away for this matchup. VGM Gaming taking victories on Volskaya Foundry and Infernal Shrines. And now we see VGM have chosen to take us to Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom.
Indeed. For game number 3. Let's jump into the draft and see, can VGM bring the 3-0 or can Velocity bring it back in this series? Velocity do have the first pick here on Towers. Towers of Doom, especially at the high level here in Storm Division, a very different style of map from our first 2 today. We have seen some insane compositions come out on Towers of Doom, so we'll have to see what our teams elect to go for today. Chromie banned away by Velocity to start things off. We sometimes see Abathurs, Lost Vikings, Samuros, Chens, triple healer comps with Illidan. I've seen that on Towers. TLV going to be banned away by VGM. Velocity, considering what they want to remove. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Hanzo ban here, given the propensity for Maka to play the hero. And they've already taken out the Chromie. Though Cassia still on the table, they're still going to favor the Sylvanas. Still want nothing to do with the Banshee Queen. VGM next to act here. Still going to take away the Cassia. So regardless of how these games have gone, They've got the meta set in their minds. Makes sense. Mystically's going to snap up that Junkrat. First pick here. Controlling space has been very important for our team so far, and Junkrat is a master of ruining your spatial plans. So it'll be interesting to see how that reshapes the fights here between our two squads. VGM have the double pick here. Looking down at a Junkrat on the other side. Cattle going to pick up the Johanna, and Heavy is going to be on Brightwing. Going to help out in that global presence. Very early Johanna coming in here for VGM. With no other tanks that were picked. It makes me wonder if VGM is planning on picking some low wave clear heroes in the assassin spot here, since they're locking in that Johanna. Caesar Salad gonna grab that Stukov once again, and Entori's gonna be happy to go back onto the Dahaka. Johanna could be also just an Iron Skin through traps, Iron Skin through mines. Very good tank for denying the reposition of Junkrat. VGM thinking about their next ban here. They're looking down at a pretty similar comp that they saw last time. What will the ban choice be? Gonna be Diablo this time, so not gonna ban away ETC, instead deciding to remove Diablo. Velocity, they're looking at a Johanna Brightwing. There's already a number of top assassins off the board here. But you've got to think, what is the opponent going to do? Are they going to bust out a Samuro? Are they going to bust out something tricky? What is it going to be? It's going to be the Hanzo ban, so not going to allow Maka to play that again. Double pick coming on in here for VGM. No Hanzo available. Sylvanas off the table. Be interesting to see whether they take their solo laner here now that Dahaka is shown. Be interesting to see a Falstad here, to be honest. I don't know about Falstad into Junkrat, but just having the global. Liam gonna grab the Leoric, and Maka gonna grab the Vala. Very high output assassin. Gonna rely on the repositioning and heavy front line of Johanna Brightwing there. ETC will be the pick for Chichuggy once again. And Noah, likely not on the Deathwing again, though I can't say with certainty. Again to Leoric, that's probably a rough idea. Gonna go ahead and snap the Rainer here to go ahead and help out with the camp clear, help out with the siege. So Tiger, looking to lock in the last pick here for VGM Gaming, looking at the full squad here from Velocity. Need a little bit of damage, but the camp clear is already pretty much handled by Vala Johanna. So Tiger definitely has some options. Could be a Li Ming. It is going to be a Li Ming. Helping out with the siege from afar can definitely punish an ETC that moves in and gets semi-rooted by Johanna. Alright, game number 3. Can VGM wrap this thing up with a 3-0, or can Velocity strike back? Towers of Doom always produces fantastic matches. We'll see how our two teams clash here in game number 3. Here we go. Loading on in here to game number 3. Taking a look at our comps once again. Very high damage output from VGM and Vala Li Ming. But some great repositioning, some great CC combination options from Velocity. We'll have to see who comes out ahead as we load on in here to Towers of Doom. Slowly but surely. Oh yeah, I'll do it in chat. Lots of you watching today, cheering on your folks. Glad to see you out there supporting the NGS, supporting your friends, supporting Heroes of the Storm in general. Glad you're all here. On the left in the blue for game number 3, we have VGM Gaming with Cattle on the Johanna. Liam is playing the Leoric. Maka is going to be on the Vala. Tiger JK on the Li Ming. And Hebi is on the Brightwing. On the right in the red, it is going to be Velocity. Mysticles is on the Junkrat. Noah's playing Raynor. Nintori on the Dahaka. Caesar Salad is playing the Stukov. And Jachuggy is on the ETC.
1. Fight.
Here we go. Game number 3 starting up here. Could be match point for VGM Gaming. They can pick up the victory. ETC going to be looking for Globes on 1 as a big condemn coming out from Cattle right off the bat here. Leo already in the top lane. Nintori not going to find that quick drag. So we're going to see Nintori peel on out of there. As the rotations will commence, Tiger is going to be pushed back by the rotating members of Velocity. So it's going to be a Leoric versus Dahaka battle. Looks like VGM is maintaining presence in the mid. They don't want to miss an ounce of experience here in the early game. Mystically is doing a good job of interrupting Cattle's rotation there. That's going to allow Velocity to get the free clear in the mid and start moving back down. Checking in on Liam and Nintori in the top lane. Should be pretty even matchup there until level 4. Oh, looks like Velocity making a very aggressive play, moving on to the opponent's Sapper Camp. And we'll pick it up. Brightwing not going to come in. Deciding now is not the time. Was VGM Gaming. They're just going to go ahead and clear these Sappers, try to hold them away from the wall. Cattle going to go ahead and tank those. So a double Sapper Camp play from Velocity right off the bat here. Taking advantage of Hebi's positioning in the mid lane. Strong macro choice from Velocity there. You see VGM, once again, just making sure no experience is missed. You ideally, you want to see your Leoric double soaking, but with so many possible interruptions and with the lanes so far apart, any sort of, hold up in that rotation means you're missing experience. So you're going to see the teams float members to the mid lane often to make sure that no waves are missed. Maka managing to avoid the silent zone of Caesar Salad. Tiger warding away with the Arcane Orb. Oh, the Junkrat Mine. The reposition is going to be good onto Johanna. Hebi warps on in to get the big heal onto Cattle. Nice, very nice attempt there coming out from Velocity. Mysticles is going to keep that brush trapped. Triple altar phase, as is tradition, for the first objective of the game here on Towers of Doom is coming up. We'll have to see whether there's going to be an honorable trade in the top or if there's one of these teams is going to go for a triple cap. Looks like Leo and Dahaka are just keeping things tangled up in the top lane. Junkrat moving across. It looks like, oh, Hebi trying to get this. Will not get it. Jachuggy with the cap. Dahaka is going to grab the top right side. Leo having to warp away from Junkrat there. Uh-oh, Noah taking some big damage from Maka. Johanna moving on in, finds the slow. Raynor is going to be taken out as first blood of the game. Final hit there from Maka. Brightwing going to warp on down to try to heal up Vala. Leoric did manage to get the top left altar, as we saw Mysticles moving on down to try to help out this fight. Bottom altar not yet claimed. Looks like our solo laners are going to retreat and look for level 7. Cattle going to go ahead and back off. It looks like VGM are willing to give this up. Is the zone control coming on out from Mysticles? So it's going to be 2-1 here for Velocity. As we see VGM Gaming right on top of their Sapper Camp, making sure the steal wasn't there. You see Noah with that Executioner on 1 being very, very swift on the siege for Velocity. That tower already very, very damaged in the bottom lane. Chuggy, oh, 4 members caught in the condemn. Mystically, he's getting on out of there with the mind drop. Looks like the Sappers are going to trap Velocity at their wall for the time being, as Leoric is starting to get a double soak advantage onto Dahaka here. Sappers will land onto the wall. Leo doing a great job using that Neil Peasants on 4 to just move between the lanes faster than Dahaka can. Velocity going to try to take their right side. Sapper will do so. Cattle not interested in the invade in that spot. And Tori just trying to keep up with Leoric here. Try to keep up on the race to level 10. If we take a look at the count, minion experience and hero kill experience are what's keeping VGM ahead so far on the race to level 10. There's the slow onto Cattle. Nice slide in by Chuggy, pushing Maka back, managing to wiggle by that Junkrat mine and moving ahead to start dealing that big Vala damage. Both teams very close to level 10 as we have a single altar spawned here in the bottom lane. Tiger just baiting that trap underneath the fort to soak it safely. Tiger doing a great job keeping an eye on that brush.
Do not let the gravekeepers.
Oh, we got a heavy rotation into mid. Noah caught out here, getting body blocked by Cattle. That's going to be it for Raynor. There's the Entomb onto Caesar Salad as well. This Silence Zone trying to ward anyone else from going in. But VGM find the pick, and they're going to find this objective. Here we go. Shots onto the core is going to even up the score for VGM Gaming. Heroics have landed for both teams. VGM looking at the Entomb, Blessed Shield, Rain of Vengeance, Blink Heal, and Wave of Force. Uh-oh. Could be some revenge onto Liam. There's the slide from Chuggy. Nantori looking for a drag. Lands the Drain Hope, and it looks like Liam's going to be alright here. The rest of VGM moving on up. Cattle moving around the outside. Going to get caught by the trap here. Velocity, heroic options, Adaptation, Riptire, Hyperion, Flailing Swipe, and Mosh Pit. Chuggy looking for another invade. Stunned out by Maka, but the slide is going to be good from Chuggy. Riptire popped by Mysticles. And another camp invade successful by Velocity. Cattle pushed away by Mysticles. Ooh, Chuggy looking for the slide onto Cattle, but caught by the Condemn. Hyperion is committed. It looks like Velocity wants to get this bottom fort. Sappers are going to land. The Hyperion is currently putting the Yamato cannon on that well. Finally lands one onto the keep, or the fort, I should say. Turns into a keep later. Not down yet, though. Still with a sliver of health, though I'm sure Junkrat will have something to say about that sooner rather than later.
The altars are rising, heroes.
Mysticles trying to move up, trying to throw those grenades. Maka forcing Junkrat to move back. So we see Velocity grabbing their own Sapper camp on the right-hand side. Cattle thinking about moving in, but that moving Junkrat trap. Such an effective zoning tool. We've got a double spawn down in the bottom lane. About 5 seconds till we see our double bell tower pop. Stun is good onto Chuggy. Follow-up Polymorph. Trying to get some damage onto ETC, taking him down to about 10% health there. Gonna have to move back and tap up. Mysticles taking control of that bottom site. Leo chasing away Nintori there. Chuggy sliding on through, finds the mosh pit onto 2, but is immediately interrupted. Liam turning things around onto ETC, and Nantori going to escape here, trying to get the tap onto the top lane. Looks like Liam will have the Drain Hope to stop that. Cattle trying to zone out Mysticles here. Pushed into tower range briefly. Heavy. Mysticles trying to get an angle to throw in the grenade. Will not do it. VGM Gaming pick up the bottom altar. And now we're going to be fighting over the mid. Dahaka trying to soak the mid lane. Junkrat coming up from down below. VGM trying to move down. Mysticles and Noah have moved very far out. Johanna's going to move up. Maka not going to land the Rain of Vengeance onto Raynor, but now having to move back through the Silence Zone. Chuggy doing a great job with the body block, but Vala manages to wiggle away with that extra movement speed. Now Nantori on Heavy's case here near the top altar. Cattle being chased out as well. bottom fort is taken down here by Velocity, and Tori going to grab the shots, and that's going to be one extra. Going over to Velocity. Going to put the core down to 27 health. Another camp invade here from Velocity. Absolutely taking control of the minions here. 500 experience ahead from those sappers. They control the bottom lane, and this is the vice grip here on Towers of Doom. VGM Gaming, they've wiggled out of a lot of very tough spots so far in this series. We'll see what they can do in this spot here. Sapper will be stopped by Cattle. Quickly cleared away here. All three going down. Nice target fire there from VGM Gaming. Right now, Leo and Dahaka just trading away on the mid and top lanes. Cattle looking for an opportunity to move in here. Finds the condemn onto part of the minion wave. Maka gonna vault on back. Warding bomb from Mysticles. Just look at that trap placement. It's gonna be so hard for VGM to move in. They're just gonna give up, start to rotate around the map. Think about top lane here. Leo gonna get the clear. VGM not showing for now. Vala and Gleaming are still unknown. Brightwing maintaining presence here just in case. There's sappers moving down the bottom lane. But VGM, they know they don't have the opportunity. And Tori gonna get on out of here just fine. But VGM, they're just gonna siege this top lane. Possibly gonna give up 3 shots onto the core here. But we're still pretty early in the game. Doesn't matter too much. Heavy's gonna try to stop things, but that's gonna be 1 shot, 2 shots, possibly 3. Noah trying to push this in. We've got a double top lane altar to deal with in the meantime. There's the last shot going over for Velocity. We're gonna have 1 interrupt coming in from Johanna. Maka trying to move forward. Caesar Salad's gonna surge on up. Brightwing coming on up here. Caesar Salad picking up the altar here. 25 shots to 19 for Velocity, and still with full control over this bottom keep. And Tori trying to clear away the top camp versus Liam. Looks like we'll manage to do so. Yes, the wave will stop it. VGM getting a little bit of damage onto this bottom fort. Oh, there's the Blessed Shield engaged. Cattle's not going to wait any longer. Junkrat 100 to 0 in half a second. Flailing swipe from Caesar Salad to reset the engage. And now we're going to see VGM Gaming with the opportunity to move on forward. Cattle just moves right past this fort, going to zone out the members of Velocity and reclaim the bottom fort. Very well done. Forts are now becoming keeps in terms of experience gained and power and whatnot. As you see, the middle tunnel is activating. VGM going to grab the left side sapper. And Tori doing some good push in the top lane. Leo heading on up there to catch that wave. And both teams and a little bit of a reset here. As Cattle leading, making sure Maka can join the battlefield. Cattle coming in for the flank. Looking for Noah once again. Finds the slow, but Chuggy doing a great job of zoning out the damage of VGM Gaming there. And Tori can't find the drag. He's going to come down and try to clear. Oh, the polymorph is good. Adaptation is not going to pop. Dahaka is going to fall. That's a big pickup there. Liam coming around the outside. Cannot quite find the Entomb there. So VGM going to have to settle for the 1, but move on to the enemy sapper. We have a triple altar phase spawning. Heavy picking up the bottom altar. Sapper has been taken. Looks like Velocity will grab the top right. Oh, Tiger JK ultimately picking that up. I thought it was going to be Heavy. Heavy having to go up. Going to grab the top left, and VGM going 2 for 1 on this objective. Going to go 15 to 17. Also pretty far ahead on the experience train here. Those hero kills definitely starting to add up along with the minion XP advantage. 19 to 17 here for VGM Gaming. Chuggy going to check that brush. Cattle and crew going to move around the outside, try to avoid the slide engage. Iron Skin is popped by Johanna. It's going to last for long enough. There's the Hyperion. Trying to get some free damage onto this keep. Liam all over the top keep here. Notori going to try to clear away the wave. Liam with the long and spooky Wraith Walk going to get on out of there. And the teams are going to go ahead, look for a reset. VGM would love to have level 20 before the next engage. And Velocity would love for that not to happen before the next engage. Liam could be the target here. Noah's going to move in. Manages to get away. Notori coming on down. A full collapse from Velocity to the mid. Cattle discovered in the brush by Mysticles. So neither team getting the engage that they wanted here. Notori going to go ahead and start up the boss. Single bottom lane altar phase. VGM going to take the opportunity to siege in the bottom lane. Boss is going to go over to Velocity. It's an extra 4 shots on the core, going to put VGM down to 11. But in the process, they're going to lose this bottom fort. I think this thought process there was level 20 is going to be here for VGM Gaming. We're not going to have the defense anyway, so let's just grab some points. Let's just siege in the top lane and try to get some value, not around a team fight. Notori trying to ward away the members of VGM, but they're just going to go ahead and take this mid keep. 11 shots to 12 on the core. Top keep is taken by Velocity. Mid keep almost down here. Liam looking for an Entomb possibly. Gets the Silence Entomb onto... There's the Polymorph. Stukov is going to be down. Cattle is caught too. Chichuggy getting blasted away by the Wave of Force. So that's a pickup here for VGM. Top 2 keeps belong to Velocity. Bottom 4 belong to VGM Gaming here. Looks like Leoric is going to try to cap the top left keep. You're going to see Maka work on the left side Sapper. Right side Sapper being worked on by Notori. Tiger JK trying to push back Noah. Oh, there's a big Wave of Force engage. Look at that. Raynor taken out. Just such precision from Tiger JK. Picks up the kill onto Noah. So all of a sudden, VGM Gaming on a 5v3. Leoric trying to clear away those minions, trying to let the wave crash into that top keep. Looks like mid right side keep going to be picked up by Velocity. As like we have a double Sapper Camp push in the bottom lane. If all those land, core's going to go down to 6.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Mid fort taken out. That's going to put the objective to 4 shots. Leo trying to get that top left fort or top left keep down. Caesar Salad pushed back in with the Wave of Force again from Tiger JK. Chichuggy popping the mosh pit but not catching anyone. Notori trying to find any kind of drag target. The adaptation going to bring him right back to full health. Top left keep goes over to VGM. They've got a single bottom lane altar. None of the sappers look to have got through there. But that's going to be 5 shots onto Velocity's core. As Brightwing picks up the altar. Things are looking dicey here. VGM trying to stick around. Cattle just soaking up those grenades, trying to keep this bottom keep alive. Eventually, though, the siege damage is going to get on through. So can VGM get the next engage? And Tori's in the top lane working on the camp, but here comes Liam. That Silence Entomb has been deadly so far. Chichuggy. Here comes Liam looking for the engage. But Velocity moves back. Will not give VGM the engage that they want. VGM baiting back those traps, trying to soak them safely. Will manage to get both. Full 5-player defense. Right now we've got Notori pushing the top lane on that Dahaka. Trying to put VGM on a clock here. Top keep is down. Notori working on the wave clear, able to come on down for the next fight. Just waiting on the next objective. We'll have to see. Is it a single? Is it a double? Is it a triple? That will decide. It's going to be a double bottom lane altar. This is a terrible situation for Velocity. Their angles of approach are very limited. Oh, the Silence Entomb is good onto Stukov. picked off there, stepping just a little bit too far, but the counter kill is good onto Brightwing. Suddenly the slide is there onto Liam, and Velocity pick up the double kill, trying to find it onto Cattle. Maka backing away as well. Bottom keep is taken out by Velocity in an explosive engage. And all of a sudden, Velocity is chasing away VGM Gaming. Tiger JK looking for a possible cap here. Throwing out a combo, trying to find Chuggy. It's going to be Nintori, who picks up the bottom altar, and Velocity is in position to interrupt the top. And it looks like they're going to put the core down to one shot. Or are they going to wait and try to get a fifth structure? They've got 2 kills. There's the Mosh. Li Ming is going to go down. There goes Vala as well. They've got the opportunity to win this game. Gonna grab the Sappers. All they need is one more structure. Liam is back up on the battlefield. Someone has to keep an eye on that altar, but the siege of the bottom lane, this is Velocity's win condition. They're gonna start this siege. Liam's gonna keep an eye on Mysticles in the back line. Cattle's back on the battlefield. There's the engage onto Junkrat. Unstoppable there. Oh, Junkrat's not going to get away. Lethal is being challenged here by Velocity. Trying to find this kill. Liam's going to go down here. Cattle is stuck, and the members of Velocity. Heavy is back, though. Can Johanna and Brightwing do enough? Caesar Salad is going for the cap. Heavy trying to get on through, trying to throw the spit, and it will not land. 6 shots onto the core, and Velocity pick up their first game of the series. GG. Velocity closing things out. Very nicely played through the end of the game there. Explosive offense in the bottom lane. Finding the counter engage off the Entomb of Leoric. Snowballing that into a victory. Very nicely done. 8 kills to 5 going over to VGM Gaming. It was Maka on the Vala. 69,000 hero damage. Very nice. Noah on the Rainer for Velocity. Nearly 47k. Quick look at the endgame talents, and then we're going to go ahead and get set up for game number 4. All right, Velocity strike back and get back into this series. VGM still up 2-1. We're going to go to game number 4, but first we're going to go to the break. Thank you all so much for sticking around, cheering on your folks, supporting the NGS, supporting the Storm Division. Don't forget, you too can come in and donate to the prize pool. Just put !Matcherino in the chat. Let's go to the break, and when we come back, it's going to be game number 4. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back. We're getting set up for game number 4 here. VGM Gaming up 2-1. Versus Velocity, who just won that last game on Towers of Doom. Breathing life back into this series. Almost got our next lobby ready to go, so let's bring you over to the map screen, remind you of the state of this series. Cursed Hollow, Hanamura Temple, Dragonshire, and Battlefield of Eternity are banned away for this series. VGM Gaming winning the first 2 games on Volskaya Foundry and Infernal Shrines, but Velocity strike back on Towers of Doom. And now VGM Gaming has chosen to bring us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's jump into the draft and see what this draft will bring. Velocity first to act here. Will there be any change in the bans? So far the bans have been very static. Not reactive at all in those first bans. They've chosen to react with hero picks. But they want the Chromie off the board, they want Cassia off the board, they want Sylvanas off the board. So we'll have to see if that sticks up here. There goes Chromie. I see no reason why those bans shouldn't continue here from our 2 teams. There's the Cassia ban from VGM. Formalities here in the opening round. Sylvanas banned away by Velocity. Is VGM going to switch it up? They're going to ban the Junkrat. No Junkrat this time for Mysticles. Velocity with the first pick here. Will they favor the Johanna? Johanna has made a number of appearances in this series. Wave clear, always welcome on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Gonna stick with the Stukov here, Caesar Salad. Stukov has been a big impact player on both sides, so not surprising at all to see that come on through. That does leave Johanna available for Cattle if they do want it, unless they've got another plan up their sleeves here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. To see what their pick strategy is here. There's the Johanna for Cattle, and it's going to be Diva for Liam. Sticking with the tried and true. Here for game number 4. Velocity. Thinking about what they want to pair with the Stukov this time. ETC up and available. I do like seeing a Tassadar on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm not sure if we're going to see Storm Division teams pick him up. It's going to be Kael'thas instead from Mysticles, electing for the wave clear along with the stun possibility. But Nintori is just hammering in on that Dahaka. This is the 3rd game we're going to see with Nintori on Dahaka. 3rd or 4th? I think it's the 3rd game. VGM next to ban here. Looking at the big combo of Velocity. Gonna get the Garrosh out of there. That definitely makes a lot more sense with the Kael'thas on side. Velocity, they see Johanna Diva. There have been a few different DPS configurations here for VGM. So you've got to think Velocity's going to control some wave clear, going to control some poke, maybe the Hanzo ban again. It's going to be Ana this time, though. Trying to avoid a super-powered mage double pick here from VGM. So we'll have to see. Stukov and Ana off the board. Deckard's a possibility, not quite as popular on Tomb, but definitely can work. Brightwing, not going to go as far. It's going to be the Deckard. And Tiger going to be playing Maiev. We do see Maiev here on Tomb of the Spider Queen just because of how thin those lanes are. Maiev can get that much further with that shade. So it'll be exciting to see the big plays coming on out from the Warden. Last 2 picks here for Velocity. They need a tank. They need some damage. What is it going to be? They've got to have someone who can hopefully get away from that Maiev. It's going to be a double bruiser. Sonya picked up by Noah. And Jachuggy is going to play ETC. So the Dahaka Sonya with the solo Kael'thas backline. Interesting stuff there. Going to try to just run down VGM Gaming here. Sonya. There we go. Had a blank for a moment. So what's Maka going to do? Looking at this big, heavy front line, it's going to be the Hanzo. Try to stay as far away from it as possible. Putting out that high burst damage. All right. Game number 4. VGM looking once again to close out this series. Velocity starting their reverse sweep. Can they do it? I don't know. I'm just here to call the game. VGM versus Velocity, game number 4. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Here we go. Alright, loading on in here to game number 4. Liam back on the Diva, and Tori back on the Dahaka. It's the double bruiser setup once again here for Velocity into the Maiev, Johanna, Diva frontline. It's going to be some heavy clashes between our two teams. Don't think this is going to be the sit back and see we saw in game number 1. I think there's going to be some fireworks. We'll see if I'm right. as we load on in here to game number 4. And here it is. On the left in the blue, it is VGM Gaming with Liam on the Diva, Cattle is on the Johanna, Tiger JK on the Maev, Hebi is on the Deckard, and Maka playing Hanzo. On the right in the red, it is Velocity. Caesar Salad back on the Stukov. Noah is playing Sonya. Nintori on the Dahaka. Mysticles on the Kael'thas. And Jachuggi is playing ETC.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 4 is underway. ETC and Kael'thas looking for globes on 1. It is the agility quest coming in for Nintori. Going to be that speed demon, and it's going to be scatter arrows picked up by Maka. Looking for those early hero hit stacks. Dahaka rotating around, looking for a possible drag opportunity. Will not find it. Going to settle for the wave clear and head on over to the lane. There's a double stun onto Johanna, but moving on up onto Caesar Salad with the pull from Tiger. Just feigning, just feigning. Looks like Sonya will be the one leading the charge on the rotations, putting Dahaka down in the bottom lane. Noah going to reposition with that Ancient Spear. And Diva looking to start this camp right away at minute number 1. Can Diva solo that? Certainly going to find out. Liam's going to test it. I don't know. The fact that he's doing it makes me think that it's probably possible. Pretty sure he knows the extent of his heroes. And we're going to see Velocity once again making that 1 minute play to go for the neutral camp. As we saw similar on Infernal Shrines. Nintori moving on up, has to pop that essence just for safety. Sonya getting rooted by Deckard there. Ooh, nice blind. Tiger gonna find the pull onto Nintori. But both Nintori and Noah are gonna get away here. Liam gonna go ahead and pick up the bottom lane, gonna try to clear away those siege. Chuggy coming around the outside. Ooh, a nice vault of the Wardens. From Tiger JK denies the power slide. Velocity just gonna clear away this bruiser. Tanks gonna slap each other with the pool noodles in the top lane, and level 4 arriving simultaneously for both squads. So we now see Velocity moving on to the right side, bruiser camp. That's gonna give VGM Gaming a little bit of space to work here. They're gonna clear this wave. Head on up, try to get a minion experience advantage, but Jachuggi is here to catch these minions. So Velocity picking up the second bruiser camp here. Jachuggi gonna get pulled in by Tiger JK, but the slide is up to move right through Maka. And now it is VGM Gaming that's gonna have to deal with this bruiser camp in the mid. Oh, the bomb dropped off by Liam on low health, just trying to come up and help with that camp clear. Will do so. Interesting usage of the mech bomb, but we're still very early in the game for sure. Noah coming in, getting the hits and peeling away the armor of Cattle. Tiger feigning possible entry, but will not go for it. Noah has been ahead of these rotations so far. Cattle going to catch with Condemn. Looks like Liam will use the boosters to get away from Nintori. Noah trying to move away here. Jachuggi in a little bit low health. Tiger JK is moving on in. Can't get the hook onto Jachuggi, but does find it onto Noah. Uh-oh, Cattle coming around the Condemn. Ooh, but Stukov is there with the trait to heal up Sonya and prevent the gank. So far, VGM has been doing a good job of creating space and slowly turning in. 32 out of 50 so far. Nintori trying to find an opportunity to turn in here, but Liam is there with the interrupts. So Nintori going to come around and try to find a drag. Gonna hit it onto Johanna. Sliding on through, there is the Iron Skin. Just now peeled away. Oh, but pops the medallion to deny the engage from Jachuggi. Meanwhile, though, VGM managing to get their first turn into the game here at level 7. Tiger puts the tether, warps on out of there. So many little variations of the engage from Maiev. It's always fascinating to see. Cattle catching Kael'thas on this rotation. Caesar Salad going to be rooted there, but safely underneath the walls here. Ooh, Jachuggy taking a little bit of a hit from that web wave. As we see VGM Gaming sieging this mid fort. Mid is important here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, of course. It provides access to both turn-in points. So having that pushed in, having the site there, very helpful indeed. Zenoa sitting on 21 manages to move on back. Looks like Liam was able to push in and get the entire bottom fort wall as well, as some of that fort health. So Mentori going to try to even out that lane as the rotations now continue. Very, very even on experience so far. A little bit of a mercenary and hero lead for Velocity. The structure advantage now going over to VGM. So we'll see who finds level 10 first. There's the Sonic Arrow once again. Oh, a little bit of a double interrupt there. Can Maka find the Scatter Arrow? Yep, so keeping an eye there. This could be trouble here for Tiger JK, though. The silence is out, and that's going to be it for Maiev. First blood of the game claimed by Velocity. And this is looking like a bottom lane turn-in. Jachuggy and Nentori have enough on their own. And we're going to see Red Web Weavers paired with level 10 pushing down the lane for Velocity. Mysticles starting up this camp as well, so nice little optimization on the macro side of things for Velocity. With level 10s here, we're looking at the adaptation, Wrath of the Berserker for Sonya, Pyroblast from Kael'thas. It is the Mosh Pit and the Massive Shove. Liam managing to hit the boosters and get on out of there. VGM Gaming, it's the Micro Missiles. We've got the Warden's Cage, Blessed Shield, Stay a While and Listen, and Dragon Arrow. It's a little bit more of a traditional engage coming on through this time for VGM without a Deathwing on the other side to deal with. Tiger JK moving in. This could be trouble for Sonya. Noah drops the medallion to get away from the tether. There's the Pyroblast onto Cattle. Gonna leave the gems on the ground, but Tiger's there to pick them right back up. The Iron Skin not quite available. That's gonna be a kill for Kael'thas. Jachuggy keeping up the siege. Gonna go ahead and use the medallion to deny the tether pull again. Noah gotta be a little bit careful here on low health, sitting on 33 gems. Tiger thinking about it. Not going to go in, though. Liam pushing out the bottom lane. Still has the boosters if necessary, but it's a full rotation coming in from Velocity. Liam's going to boost on out of there. Going to go through the bottom passage. There's the Ancient Spear. Follow-up from Mysticles. Silence coming out. Oh, no. Liam could be trapped here. 19 gems on this Diva. The double slide is good. Liam thinking that they had just a little bit of extra space, but did not. Noah sitting on 36 gems here. Oh, massive shove from Caesar Salad is not going to land. But Velocity does secure their escape. Both teams have an opportunity for their next turn-in. Jachuggy keeping an eye on this rotation. Mentori's going to get the 10 turn-in the top lane. Noah desperately trying to drop those gems off. The Hanzo Scatter Arrow is going to be the first interrupt. And with Cattle keeping an eye on things, there's no way Noah's going to be able to turn in right now. So just going to have to sit and wait for the next opportunity. Gems right now. Tiger JK holding the most, warping on in, looking for Nentori. Jachuggy looking for a possible engage. There's the Unstoppable from Johanna. The peel away from Deckard is going to be good. Noah managing to get away. There's the Pyroblast onto Hanzo. Going to take them down to about 60% there. Once again, Diva being focused. There's the Warden's Cage coming on out. Nentori getting pushed and pulled. Uh-oh, sleep onto Noah. Woken back up. There's the Mosh from Jachuggy, going to cut off heavy. Noah once again being pressured out. Looking for an opportunity to turn in 42. The Sonic Arrow's not going to land, but here comes Maka. The Storm Arrow will. Silence Root is out. Noah just trying to find any opportunity. Deckard going to come in and find the root. Hanzo going to go down here. Cattle redirecting with that Iron Skin. Trying to get away. Chuggy has the slide. Cattle still alive. Not for long, though. There goes Johanna. VGM lose 2. And I think finally Noah's going to have the opportunity to drop off 46 gems here. Velocity doing a fantastic job of holding on to their gems thus far. Velocity going to pair this up with a Bruiser Camp push. While Tiger and Liam wait for these waves. Liam ready to jump back into that mech any moment now. We're going to see Velocity sieging down the top lane. The Sonya siege just so difficult to deal with. It comes so quickly. Noah trying to get away from the pull. Will manage to do so. So we got a full defense here in the top lane from VGM. Set for D.Va down in the bottom lane. Here comes Nintori around the outside, trying to get the speed and move on in for Maka. Speed Demon Dinosaur looking for a drag. Oh, it's going to land onto Hanzo. Is the follow-up there? The stun silence combo. Can Maka get away here? There's the Pyroblast onto the back line. 200 health. Heavy trying to get the potion out. But that's going to be Hanzo down. Another pickup here for Velocity, and the siege continues onto this keep wall. Looking at level 16 soon here is Velocity. Checking in on that experience, we now see the structure experience is totally flipped to Velocity's side. An extra 5,000 from these 7 hero kills as they move into the boss pit. Ahead on the mercenaries, only behind on minions, and they're going to start to get ahead on the passive experience as well. This is going to be a tough spot for VGM, but once again, VGM has kind of been in tough spots all series long. Dragon Arrow's going to come out. Oh, going to not land onto Caesar Salad. Giant combos coming out from VGM. Chuggy trying to get away. Mystically's taken out by Liam, but there goes Chuggy as well. Caesar Salad is caught up. Going to be pulled back into the boss stun. VGM turning this thing around, and Tori living forever with that essence, with that speed. Adaptation coming out as well. And Speedy Dinosaur finds the drag onto Maka. Ooh. That tower up, almost finding an extra kill onto Hanzo, and this boss is going to push down the top lane. All of a sudden, VGM's looking at level 16. Liam's going to cut off Nintori here. Nice Burrow going to get the tether unhooked. We've got blue web weavers as well, and this map is completely flipped. VGM now with the huge push in the top lane. Web weavers are going to secure bottom and mid waves. Uh-oh, Hanzo caught by Noah. Can they find the counter kill onto Sonya? Sonya's sitting on 34 gems right now. Chuggy trying to come on through to at least pick them up. Gonna grab some, gonna get the slide onto the mech, but the mech's gonna start to explode. Nintori manages to burrow to avoid that damaging explosion. Liam interrupted from the mech for the moment. Boss and objective still shelling away up here. Getting on low health, but the keep wall is gone. The well is gone. And they're going to get cleared away before they can do a whole lot to the keep. VGM coming on through to the bottom lane. They have absolutely flipped this game. Velocity was in total control. But that's just sort of how it is here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It doesn't take much to jump back into this map. Tiger waiting for the objective to be dispelled, and there it goes. Jumping right onto the camp right away. The rest of VGM Gaming going to jump onto the Bruiser camp on the left-hand side. $80 gems on Velocity. They're looking to push on through and turn in. It's only 2 more gems needed for VGM for their next turn in as well. Wrath of the Berserker popped by Sonya, going to clear away this siege camp. Excuse me. This is looking like a VGM turn-in. Oh god, I need water. Sorry, folks. It's been a long night of casting. Right side Bruiser going to be picked up here by Velocity. Chuggy moving out a little bit here. Liam coming around. Pushing back, ETC. The slide is good. Yeah, the slide is completed. Looks like Cattle and Liam are going to start backing up. Heavy around the outside, finding the slow. Dragon Arrow engage. VGM wants this fight. Noah able to move on through. Dahaka in the backline, pushing back Maka and Heavy. Warden's cage is up. Cattle is going to absorb a Pyroblast. There's the sleep going to land onto 4. Heavy hitting a huge one there for VGM Gaming. Tiger JK moving in. They want this kill onto Chuggy. It's going to be Kael'thas going down first. Liam on the chase. Sim Noah moving on back. Here come blue web weavers as well. Sonya is down. VGM, they've got the push in the bottom lane. This keep is going to go down. 40 seconds till Kael'thas is back. They may be thinking core. They may be thinking about ending this series. To Chuggy, Caesar Salad, and Tori trying to clear away this lane. But VGM wants this game right now. Core shielding starting to be peeled away. There's Tiger JK with the double tether. Going to move back Tori and Caesar Salad. 74% on the core. Kael'thas and Sonya nowhere to be found. 40%. There's the mosh from Chuggy. Going to slow down Liam. But that's going to be it. VGM storm their way to victory and move ahead in the playoffs. GG. There you have it. Velocity putting up a fantastic fight on Tomb of the Spider Queen, controlling the early going. But VGM Gaming in the mid, in the late game, just found their opportunities, found their picks with that Maiev, Diva, Engage. Great Dragon Arrows from Maka, and VGM take the 3-1 victory. Maka on the Hanzo for VGM, dishing out 61,000 hero damage. It was Noah on the Sonya, leading the way for Velocity. Nearly 48k. Take a quick look at the talent screen, and then